Well, we've had a very busy day and a productive one at that, and done a lot of stuff today, and got a lot accomplished in that. So it's surprising how fast it went by. But now it's dinner time again. Yep. So we gotta do something about dinner. So welcome back to Kent's Kitchen, cooking with Kent. Here we are. So basically, a lot of the reason I haven't been doing many cooking shows lately is because I'm switching over to carnivore diet and strictly trying to do nothing but carnivore, basically. And the meals are just very simplistic, like, there's meat, eggs, bacon, butter, kind of thing. So it's like, it's not, a lot of preparation, exciting preparation, stuff like that, to put them together, very simplistic. But since people seem to like it, I thought I'd show you anyway. So, welcome back to Kent's Kitchen. Let's show you what we got for dinner here. Okay, now what I do a lot of times is I'll go out and I'll buy bulk meat and that and break it down into portions for either me or the girls or whoever it's for. And so let's start with this one here. What I do is, this here is a really nice piece of round roast. And you get it on sale, a couple of bucks off and that. But what I do is I take the whole roast and I come home and I chop it up into 6 equal portions. And let's say it cost me 20 bucks, so that's like a little over $3 a portion. And then each portion is for both dogs, so like that's $1.50 per dog kind of thing. So that's like maybe $3 worth of meat right there. Really good round roast. And the other chunks, I took that off today, and the other chunks are all in the freezer now, bagged up and being frozen. So yeah, that helps save me money. And I always try to look for the good deals in that. And then on top of that, for me, I got myself a really good ribeye steak, really good one. And that was basically, it's timed out for today. Today's its kind of last best before day kind of thing. So they start dropping the prices to move it on, so they don't have to throw things away, I guess. Anyway, so basically, this one here, I got like $5 off it. So the whole thing cost me $7 for my really good ribeye steak. So that's actually a bonus. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have them. I wouldn't pay full price for too much of anything most of the time. So yeah, unless it's a good price to begin with. But there we are. So that's that. And then on top of that, with my, I'm going to fry this up nice and succulently for the girls. A little butter for them. And then I'll cut it all up on plates for them and serve them. And then after that, I'll be cooking my steak down. I'm going to sear it real nice, do it probably kind of a medium rare, which is about what I like it. And then on top of that, with all the duck eggs I got now, I'm going to fry me up some 3 duck eggs there. And then I'm going to put a special topping on that as well and have a really nice meal. So let's get on with cooking the girls' stuff right away. Okay, we got a little butter in the pan there. Fairly hot there. I'd say that's pretty hot enough. Yep, there we go. Blend it around. And now we're just going to cook this round roast up real nice and tender for the girls there. Yep, there we go. Okay, we got a nice bit of a sear on there for those. Let's flip them over. Oh, there we go, flip them right over there. And we're going to turn the heat right down to as low as I can possibly get it. And just kind of give them a really slow cook so they come out juicy and tender instead of hard and tough and dry. So that seems to be the secret. Little slow cook on there. So there we go, and they're almost done, ready for the girls. Okay, there we go, really tender and succulent and juicy. Very nice. So we're gonna cut that in half and separate it all. Put that over there for now. Turn that back up. There we are, and we'll slice this up for the 2 little girlies. Yeah, there's that half and that half. There we go. Let's slice this up. Okay, here we go. We slice them up real nice little tiny mouth-size, bite-sized pieces for the little girls. Yeah, we do it that way and then that way. There we go. Really nice bite-sized pieces for my little girls with their tiny little mouths. There we go. Now we're just going to let those cool down for a tad so they're not too hot, and get on with my dinner here. Okay, the girls are done their dinner and they thoroughly enjoyed it. So let's get on with my dinner here. There we go. So what I did with this ribeye steak, man, it looks good from here. I hit it with some pink salt. I put a little bit of garlic powder on there, just a hint on there, not too much, and some pepper, black pepper. So what we're going to do is, one of my favorite ways to cook practically any piece of meat is in butter. So and especially beef. So we're going to sear that on one side there, and then when it's nicely seared and cooked a little bit, we'll flip it over, turn the heat way down, cook it real slow. But yeah, I love it. Cook it in butter, and then part way through, once I flip it over, I kind of pierce it a little bit and I butter baste it. I just smear butter all over it and just get butter. And I can actually make gravy out of the drippings and the butter in there too. So yeah, so that's one of my favorites. So we'll just get on with that, and I can hardly wait. Hardly wait to chow down on that one. Yeah. So let's get on with that, and then we'll get on to the eggs and the rest of it. Okay, it's sizzling away on the one side there. Before we get around to turning it, we got to do a little more salt on the raw side. A little more salt, just a hint of garlic powder. Not too much, just a little tiny hint. And then we got to have some pepper. Okay, in a moment or two, we're going to flip that over and then really cook it real slow as we can on the other side. Okay, this has been flipped over and it's been cooking a little while on that side, as so low as I can get it. Really low heat. And here's where the nice butter basting comes in. Yeah, so you just take a chunk of butter, basically. And then you just smear it on top of the steak there. That piece fell in there. You might be able to see that I actually accidentally browned the butter in the pan. Slightly overcooked it a bit, forgot what I was doing. But yeah, I just let this melt in there. Maybe stab it a couple of times if you want to. It's up to you, it doesn't really matter. It soaks in anyway. And just keep melting it over. And you can do that as much as you want. And then you get a really good buttered gravy in the pan if you get a lot of drippings as well as the butter in that. Add a little water and thicken it up a bit. Yeah, so we just do that for a bit, and then it's going to be perfectly butter basted steak. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that steak is really nicely done. Really slow cooked on super low. You can't even see the flame. Oh, look at that. Nice and buttery coated in that. I'm going to pour some of this butter over top as well. I'm going to have to put more butter in for the eggs. Yeah. Okay. There, that's that. Let's get on with those eggs then. Okay, I put some more butter in the pan as well. And I turn the heat up. I'm going to turn it down a little bit because it's gotten a little hot there. Yeah. All right, let's get these eggs in there. I like cracking duck eggs. They're really easy. You can just take the tops off them, generally like that. Just take the tops off and then pour them out like that. Nice sizzle. They're going to cook perfectly. There we go. Just like that. There we go. Put that down there. There's my towel. There we go. Okay. What we're going to do with those, a little bit of salt. pink sea salt, a little bit of pepper. And just a hint of, whoops, a little more than a hint of garlic powder. Okay, there we go. Now I'm actually going to turn that down a little more now. So what we're going to do with these, one of them broke unfortunately, so I'll probably do that one first. There we go. Let me turn it back up a bit. There we go. I don't want to cook it too fast, too hot, too fast. So what we're going to do with these is we're just going to basically, I like a nice runny yolk, so just going to try and just over easy, as simple as we can. And that one yolk is rolling all over the place. That one's not going to be over easy. There we go. There we go. All right now, so let's bring this over here. That. There we go. Flip her on the plate. Two beautiful over easy and one not so over easy. There we go. Gotta get it all. Heat off. There we go. And now, the special part of the evening, I think I mentioned earlier, for the dinner, was we got some really good extra aged white cheddar, Canadian white cheddar. So I'm going to put that right on top of those hot eggs, and hopefully it melts really good by the time I get into them. There we go. So that's a nice special treat. There we go. Let's put that up there. All right. There we go. Move that over there. That there. Let that cheese melt a little bit. Wow, there we go. This is going to taste awesome. Now, there's two other things I could do here. I can't do the one right now, but it would be awesome. But that would be to have fried up a bunch of little bacon pieces in that, and then just poured them all over top of that steak. That'd be great. The steak and the bacon and the eggs and the cheese. Wow. And then what I could do right now, but I'm not going to, but I'll definitely do it on another time, is I'm very tempted to get out the maple syrup and pour maple syrup all over the top of that steak, because steak and maple syrup is just fantastic. But I think this is going to be a great meal just as it is. So we're just going to kind of try and leave it like that. Really beautiful ribeye steak, some over easy duck eggs, and some white cheddar melting on top of them. So let's get on with this and sit down and enjoy. Okay, so you should smell this. This smells just fantastic. Oh my God, it's great. And this cheese is melting really nicely over the hot eggs, just perfectly in that. And I can actually pour some of the egg yolk all over the steak as well if I want to. So a lot of options. But there you are, the carnivore diet. That's why I don't make so many cooking shows, because the carnivore diet is very simplistic, right? You basically got eggs and meat. And, you know, that's about it kind of thing. And, you know, you can throw a little cheese in there because it's also animal byproduct. And it's been broken down by the processing and that. So it's good. But I don't have cheese often, just once in a while, just to when I really want to have something special. But anyway, that's what it is with the carnivore. It's very simplistic, and you know, you're not making fancy salads and side dishes and all that other stuff, and everything is just meat and eggs. Eggs with that extra aged cheddar. Oh my God, that is so good. Yeah, really good. And this steak is going to be just perfect, I believe. There we go. Get some butter drippings over here. You gotta have the butter drippings, yeah. Yeah, you cook it nice and slow and make it as tender as you possibly can. It just about melts in your mouth. And this is a really good cut of meat too. Yeah, so, oh my God, that's good. So I'm going to definitely enjoy this. Duck eggs with aged cheddar and a good ribeye steak. There's a bit of the string left over. Well, there we go. Quite a productive day. A really good meal. Great times. Can't ask for anything better than that. And the weather here is great. It's basically like springtime here all the time. So yeah, here we go. Let's well, if I can do it without oh, the wrong way. Put the egg yolk all over the steak. That'll be good. Yeah, that'll be nice. Okay, I'm gonna finish this up and chill out with the girls net, and we'll just catch you in the next show. Come see the live on Sunday. Ciao for now.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da.